morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Wednesday the 2nd of September. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks. Slightly bearish start to the day after yesterday's late pullback. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a pullback through the pivot level at 11,854 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 12,155. Going to need to see another broad-based crypto rally, however, for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high that was at 12,067. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside and expect plenty of resistance at 12,000. In the event of a breakout, got the second major resistance level at 12,369 to limit any upside on the day. A pullback through the pivot level would bring the first major support level sitting at 11,640 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 11,500s. Second major support level sits at 11,339. Looking at the MACD, we saw a bearish crossover and a widening of the bearish histograms early this morning, supportive of the early pullback. Looking at the MACDs, we're seeing the 50 top out against the 100 and the 200, so inconclusive there. So key through the morning would be to avoid a pullback through to sub 11,900s and that pivot level at 11,854, and a move back through to 12,000 and yesterday's high 12,067 to support a run at that first major resistance level. Moving across to EOS against the US dollar, it's a mixed start to the day for EOS. Going to need to see EOS avoid a fall through the pivot at 3.3905 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 3.6374. Barring an extended rally on the day, should see resistance at 3.6 and that first major resistance level cap any upside. In the event of another breakout, got the second major resistance level sitting at 3.8037 to cap any upside on the day. A fall through the pivot level would bring the first major support level sitting at 3.2242 into play. Barring an extended crypto sell-off, EOS should avoid sub 320s. Second major support level sits way back down at 2.9773. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms, but no bearish crossover. On the 50 EMA, we're seeing that widen against the 100 and the 200, supportive of another bullish day ahead. So key through the morning, avoid sub 340s and that pivot level, and a break back through yesterday's high, which was at 3.5568 to support another breakout day. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, slightly bearish start to the morning following yesterday's late pullback. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall through the early morning low at 267.27 and the pivot level at 264.73 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 499.79. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high 488.95. So barring another crypto breakout day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of another breakout, got the second major resistance level saying at 524 to pin back Ethereum on the day. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 440.05 into play. Barring an extended crypto sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 410s. Second major support level sits at 405.44. At the MACD, we had the bearish crossover yesterday and a widening of the bearish histogram early this morning, suggestive and supportive of this early morning pullback. Looking at the EMAs, we got a possible topping out of the 50, but nothing conclusive to suggest a bearish day ahead. So key through the morning would be to avoid a fall back through the early morning and the pivot level, with a move back through to 480s to support a breakout through that first major resistance level. Across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, it's a bullish start to the morning for Ripple's XRP that trailed the front runners yesterday. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fall through the pivot at 0.2898 to support a run at this first major resistance level sitting at 0.3050. Gonna need to see support from the broader markets break out from this morning's high. Those at 0.30432. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that resistance level at 0.3050 to pin Ripple's XRP back. In the event of a breakout, got the second major resistance level sitting at 0.3147 to cap any upside. A fall through the early morning low 0.29529 and the pivot level at 0.2898 would bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2802 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, however, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.28 levels. Second major support level sits at 0.2650. Looking at the MACD, we've got the bullish crossover and a widening of the bullish histogram, supportive of this early breakout. And we're seeing the 50 EMA widen against the 100 and the 200, supportive of a bullish day ahead. So key through the morning, avoid a fallback through the early morning low to sub 0.29s, and a break back through the early morning high should bring 0.31 levels into play.